Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about exciting things that are happening right here in your community, and today is no different. I'm absolutely delighted to have as my guest today, Ramon Santiago. Ramon is board president of Havana, and we're going to learn all about what Havana is in just a moment, but I want to say, first of all, hello to Ramon.
Hello, Kenny.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
I'm just delighted to have you, and I know that there are probably a couple of things we can talk about because you're also chairing the Hispanic Latina Advisory Council, which kind of falls under the Office of Multicultural Affairs, but today we're focusing on Havana, which is an acronym for?
Hispanic Business Alliance of North Alabama.
All right. And so as part of your work with the Hispanic Latina Advisory Council, I think that would be a great place to start.
Yes.
This is a council that's very engaged, very active in the community, and it's a representative group of people who represent a variety of individuals of Hispanic descent and various interests as well. One of those interests, of course, is economic development and empowerment, and this whole initiative with Havana emerges from that.
That is correct.
Talk a little bit about the birth of Havana.
Well, at the council, we decided to reorganize the structure of the, that was kind of towards the end of 2013. And we divided up in focus areas. And one of them was economic development. And then on each one of those focus areas, you would have a leader that would form like a task force, and they would develop projects and stuff to work in those very specific areas. Now, I was given a responsibility to run or to be the leader of the Economic Development Task Force. And so I needed help because one thing about these initiatives, Kenny, is that there is no way you can do them by yourself. There is a team of people behind all this. So my very first task was to put together a team of people that were genuinely interested in forming or being part of it. And normally I go by those people that are really, it comes out of themselves to be or to participate in an initiative like this. And at the beginning, like I said, we were a task force, that we were ready to deal with economic development issues. And so the team started to, we started to brainstorm, actually, because, we wanted to define what was it that we wanted to do. And someone said, well, maybe this is going to be the first Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in this area. And I said, well, slow. We want to form like an association of Hispanic businesses. And we also want to be all-inclusive. We don't want to be exclusively for any particular ethnic group. But at this point in time, we need to focus on the Hispanic side of the market and help them develop their businesses and help them promote their businesses.
So talk about why that's important, and perhaps there's some cultural dynamics related to why that's important that people may not quite understand, because a lot of people would see a Havana developing as in opposition to what's already in place, without the understanding that there probably is a critical need because of the population of people you work with. So help people understand why that's important.
There is, by the way, a need. And it's all expressed by the Hispanic merchants. And we approached them, a number of them. I don't recall exactly how many of them. And asked them, what are your needs? And we were not surprised when we heard the first thing they mentioned is, getting permits, the trademarks, and the licenses. It's a big thing, we have problems and we struggle to get those documents in place to operate our business. So that was one of them. And of course, kind of in line with that one there was the language barrier. And they needed help, like translators or interpreters and people that could help them, get their business in place and start operating them and educate their employees and even explaining the business concept to the family was an issue, because there was one of them I remember said that my family at the beginning they were not in agreement with me starting this business, and nowadays that person has a very successful operation that he's running, and they were also, like, I would say, curious about what is a business plan. We've heard that we need a business plan to operate our business, but we've never done one. And then I started talking about a strategic plan, about a sales plan, about a marketing plan, and how to get your employees trained and get them to the next level, to a place or to a position where they could create competitive advantage. I said, well, what about other help available in the whole metropolitan area here? Says, well, there is some, but we know our Hispanic customers better than anybody else, and so it was in a way cultural, but there is like a need for integration at the same time. I perceive that what they want to do is integrate into the main flow, of the stream of the American business.
And so the idea behind Habana is to help facilitate some of that, as well as to help these businesses become more secure, perhaps, become better networked in the community and better marketed, perhaps.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They want to do better. They want to grow. And like I said, they want to, step into the next level, but they don't know how to do it.
Sure.
Most of them, they don't know how to do it. And that's where they need help. And that's where Habana comes into play. To help them, we promote them, we help them grow, we help them, use techniques to expand their markets, and how to prepare documents. We don't necessarily do them for them,
Right.
But we teach them how to do it.
You're a resource.
We are facilitators.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, when you say you're a resource, that happens to be our vision.
Yeah.
The voice and the resource center for the Hispanic business community.
Yeah, well, there certainly is a growing need. I know that the community of Huntsville, the Madison County community, the Hispanic population is growing.
Yes.
And so as that continues to happen, there's going to be more of a need as more Hispanics move into the community, more have business interests, more entrepreneurs even perhaps, and want to start businesses. There needs to be a strong network of support as it relates to their interests and needs as well. As board president, of course, you get to serve with some individuals who are volunteer board members, and I always like to sing the praises of boards because whether they're nonprofit organizations or other entities in the community, are only as strong as the people who volunteer their time to be a part of those things. So tell us a little bit about your board.
Well, selecting the board members is a whole process. You don't want to put in there, Jane and John and Jimmy and all this because they say, me. I mean, that's not the way it works. You want to attract some talent that you need in order to align their behaviors and their knowledge and their expertise with the vision of this organization. So every step we take, we try to be in alignment with our vision. Again, our vision is be the voice and the resource center for the Hispanic business community. And our mission is, how do we get there, is by supporting, by promoting, by helping them, get started if they need to get started. And when we select the board members, we need to have people with the right skill set. Give you a good example. We didn't have anybody that was overseeing the financials. We're a small organization as we speak, but we know we're going to be growing. In fact, we have grown already. We have 21 members now as we speak. I mean, from 14 towards the end of the year. That person that we waited and waited, and we finally found a person that happens to be, or he has accounting and treasury experience in his background.
Yeah.
And that was what we were looking for, and he's doing a great job. But now let's say that we may need a person that is experienced and has an in-depth know-how in institutional development, because we need that too. We may need a person that knows how to write grants. And we have a person on board that is good at public relations and communications, and that we have people from different walks of life, but keeping in mind that the kind of abilities and skills that we're looking for is to serve the purpose, the vision, and the mission of Havana.
Right, so people with various skill sets. Now, I know there's a membership process. We've got about 3 minutes left, so I want to get that in before we get off the air, but there's a membership process.
Yes, sir.
And if a person wants to become a member, then they have to go through that membership process. You've got a brochure there?
Yes, this is the brochure that I have, and inside of it, you'll find a membership application that'll be, this is the document people fill, and they could give it to us in person if we are in one of those activities, or they can mail it to the address that is given on this document, which is the P.O. Box 11545, Huntsville 35814. And you don't have to write the whole Hispanic Business Alliance of North Alabama, but if you write Havana, that should be enough.
All right. And so if a person wants to get more information about Havana, how can they do that?
Well, we're on Facebook, and they can go to Facebook and look for Hispanic Business Alliance of North Alabama, parenthesis, Havana. And they find all kind of information there, you know, about us and how to become a member, what different categories of membership we have. And they can always call me, and this is the very traditional way, but I try to respond to all my phone calls and my emails. We do have in Facebook, the address that you can write, the email address would be facebook.com/Havana BUS, Havana for business, Havana BUS.
All right, great. Ramon Santiago is the board president for Havana, the Hispanic Business Alliance of North Alabama. We thank you for the great information that you've shared today. And again, let's emphasize that anybody can become a member.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It has
sir.
an interest
That's a
in-
policy of our inclusive.
That's right. That has an interest in economic development issues in the community and wants to work alongside some great people.
And presently we have members that are not Hispanics.
Yeah.
So, yes. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Ramon, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for being a part of our broadcast. We hope that you enjoy the broadcast and that we hope that you'll take an opportunity to learn more about Havana. It's a great organization that's on the move right here in your community. In the meantime, we hope that you have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you on our next edition of Impact. Have a great day.